Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Back-to-Back Battles. Today we're going to be using the Groudon Lunala team once again. The Groudon Lunala, Stakataka, Incineroar, Tapu Fini, and Salamence. The World Champions Team Naoto. If you want to go check him out, his Twitter is linked in the description down below along with his team report. But let's get started and play some games. This team, and I would highly recommend checking out the last episode first, because it was an insane episode. We had an insane second battle, but today we're going to be climbing up and see how far we can go with this team. We got 2 more episodes with this team, this one and then the next one, and then we are going to be moving on to a brand new team. But this team so far, feel like I'm getting a bit more of the hang of it. The beginning was really rough with this team, however I feel like I'm learning more and more with this team as I play along, and yeah, I think the team is really interesting. And the fact is, this Stakataka is just so good. This Stakataka is really good. I didn't think Lonely Stakataka would be as good as it's been performing, but oh man, I love this Stakataka. This Stakataka is putting in some work. It is putting in some work. We have been getting some really big KOs with Stakataka. The offensive Stakataka. Intimidate doesn't stop it. Even if you switch to Intimidate, you're risking me going for the Z-move, knocking it out, getting the Beast Boost back, and then we're back at neutral with this Stakataka, which is great. And yeah, I feel like the one Pokemon that hasn't been putting in the work for us has been the Incineroar. We had brought the Incineroar, however, I feel like it just hasn't been doing too much work, so I'm hoping that maybe the Incineroar, well, I guess it doesn't matter because I think everyone's sick of seeing Incineroar, but because it's on almost every team, and Incineroar will always do work. But I don't know, maybe this Sylvester Incineroar could do a little bit more. I feel like it hasn't been really helping us. I feel like we don't bring it too much, but let's see if that can change in today's episode. We got Alberto from Italy with the RayOgre team with Celesteela, Whimsicott, Tapu Koko, and Incineroar. So Groudon's really good here if I can get it into a good position. Stakataka is actually pretty good here. Because there's really nothing that can stop Stakataka. Although, do I want to bring Fini is the question. I think it's always the thing, right? Like, do I want to bring the Stakataka or the Tapu Fini? Because both are really good. I think I want to bring Lunala plus Salamence as the lead, because it is probably like the one best lead against the RayOgre cores. And then I'm thinking going, I want to say Stakataka plus Groudon. I feel like Stakataka just does really well here, and I think it's worth it. I think Stakataka just does so much against my opponent in general. Like, I feel like I always brought Phoenix to RayOgre match, but now I'm really liking Stakataka in the matchup because of the fact that it just does so much to these common support Pokemon you'll see on these kinds of teams. So let's see if this will work out, but yeah, let's see. Whimsicott plus Incineroar are going to lead, which is actually a really good lead for us because we will have the option for a Intimidate off right off the bat. And yeah, this is actually a pretty solid, I mean, it's not too solid of a position, but it's not that bad of a position. We should be able to get some good damage off, I guess. I think my best play is just to go Stakataka for Salamence and protect my Lunala turn 1. Which I like. I like that play a lot. I avoid Fake Out, I avoid a Z-move, Moonblast, double up in the Lunala. If I lose my Shadow Shield, it's not the end of the world, and then I could go Salamence the following turn and get some big damage off. So I think this is a pretty good play overall. Let's see. Stakataka will come out here, as we will see Helping Hand come out. So I'm guessing it's the Z-move. I can't imagine anything else. But we do protect this turn just to play it safe. I was thinking of Hyper Voice Moongeist Beam. The Whimsicott, which wouldn't have been too bad, but yeah, this is completely fine for positions, because even if it's Helping Hand boosted, it's Drew Protect, it's Drew Berry, and it's Drew Intimidate as well, so it's basically a neutral Z move, so not too bad of a spot. Yeah, and I'd rather it go to Protect than anything here, so this is alright. Okay. It might be better just to go for a Gyro Ball this upcoming turn, and I think that is the play. Or I could get Trick Room up, which I'm not sure if I want to get Trick Room up because there could be a Taunt on Whimsicott. We don't know yet. I'm going to go back into Salamence for that Intimidate, and I'm going to go for a Gyro Ball on the Whimsicott because I want to put this Whimsicott in range of Hyper Voice because I want to stop the Endeavor strategy from going off, because Salamence will be able to outspeed the Whimsicott the following turn and do a lot. So let's get in Salamence here for that Intimidate. And we'll see what my opponent decides to do here. I'm guessing it's going to be U-turn and Encore. Yeah, it's Encore here. And Flare Blitz coming out. No U-turn. Oh, that is so good for me. Okay, here's a Flare Blitz and a Stakataka. It doesn't do much because of the -2 on the Incineroar. Gyro Ball going to come out and probably bring the Whimsicott down to a Focus Sash. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. I can go for Hyper Voice Z here, and I really think I want to go for that play because, like, I get 2 knockouts or I get a huge amount of damage off into my opponent. Like, I'm guaranteed 1 knockout because there's not really much my opponent can do in this situation. You can lose both your Pokemon here, which would be perfectly fine for me. I will gladly take the Whimsicott and the I would gladly take these 2 Pokemon, but I'm thinking a U-turn might come out from Incineroar, but my opponent never went for it the following turn. Tailwind gonna go up, so my opponent predicting me not to go for Trick Room, which is a good play for my opponent. We will get a Hyper Voice off and get a bit of chip into the Incineroar. Then show me you're switching. Show me you're switching. Yep, it is U-turn. So whatever's coming in, it's taking the Z move, and I'm hoping it's the Ray. Although it's more likely it's gonna be that Kyogre, but getting that big damage into Kyogre is so good for me either way. So let's see what's going to come out here. It is going to be that Kyogre. Okay, let's see how much Z-move does. Because if this is an offensive Kyogre, it drops to the Z-move. As we are at neutral attack. And let's see. Can Kyogre go down to the Z? If we get rid of the Kyogre, that is so good for my team. Like, that is incredible for my team. Primordial Seed will activate. Let's see. We're going to go for this Continental Crush. I'm hoping this knocks out, because if it gets to knock out, that is really big. Because if we get rid of this Kyogre, amazing. And I mean amazing. Because that frees up my Groudon immensely. It also allows my Salamence to go really in on my opponent's last 2 Pokemon, which would be the Rayquaza, I'm assuming, and of course the Incineroar we saw earlier. So, Continental Crush, just barely survives. Okay. Alright, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Rayquaza's gonna come out, no surprise there. I was really hoping for the knockout. I didn't want to play so passive against my opponent by tricking me, because my opponent could always get Incineroar in. It's not too bad of a spot, but it really just comes down to what my opponent has. I'm gonna protect Stakataka here. I'm actually gonna Tailwind. Yeah, because if Salamence somehow survives the turn, it's better to Tailwind here. I'm thinking it's like a double up with a Dragon Scent Water move here into my Pokemon, but I think I'd be fine with that. I'm not exactly too sure of the situation, but I feel like if Salamence survives, I go for the Hyper Voice the following turn, and I'm not risking Kyogre randomly going for Protect here to scout for like a Protect from my Stakataka. Although I don't think Protect should be coming out from my opponent, it's still probably a better mid-ground play. Dragon Scent going to come out. Gonna target down my Alright. Actually, this is really good. Actually, wait, that's really good, isn't it? Alright, so Salamence goes down, but the thing is my opponent Mega Evolved, which is actually kind of a mistake for my opponent, I think. Because I get to go Groudon here, and I get to click Dragon Claw into the Rayquaza slot, right? And if this Rayquaza doesn't have Earth Power, Stakataka just sets up a free Trick Room right here. It might be better to go Lunala. Because, like, the Kyogre can't do anything unless it's Banded Ray. Like, the only thing I'm scared of, it's Banded Ray. It might be Banded Ray, actually. Did we see the damage? I don't remember. But Trick Room is my best play, I think, in Dragon Clawing, because I get to knock on a Ray. Kyogre probably forced to switch out anyway. I feel like it's Banded Ray, right? Did we see the damage? Dragon Scent gonna come out. It has to be Banded Ray if you're going for that. It doesn't knock out Groudon. There's no way it does. But Ice Beam will. But that's fine, because I get Trick Room up. Alright. My opponent, what? Did my opponent forget there's no airlock? Okay, that should be knocked out Ray. Okay. I don't get it. Trick Room gonna go up, which is fine. And now we're in a great spot, I think. Because I get to click Gyro Ball into the RayOgre and click Blades. Yeah. I mean, I don't get it. I think maybe my opponent expected a double out from Groudon, but I'm not exactly too sure the reason. And yeah, it was Banded Ray because that did way too much. Wish I kind of paid attention to that because I could have just protect Trick Room instead, which was safer probably. But I don't mind getting a knockout here. I'd be able to just Gyro Ball and protect my Groudon. If you fake out Stakataka, that's fine. Because Ice Beam will go into the Protect on Groudon unless you have Thunder, which is also fine. I don't know. Like, my opponent has to read. Maybe I should went for Blades plus Gyro Ball. Yeah, I think Blades plus Gyro Ball was probably better. It's safer, too. Because my opponent still has... No, there's... Yeah, does my opponent still have a turn Tailwind? I don't remember. I'll check afterward. Well, we're going to find out this turn anyway. There's no Protect, though. Gyro Ball going to come out. Knock out the RayOgre. And unless I miss every move, I should be fine. As RayOgre goes down, Beast Boost, so I'm at neutral. And Flare Blitz? Into Groudon. Okay, so my opponent tried to get rid of the Weather and hoped I would target down the Incineroar Stone Edge. So maybe... I don't know. Maybe my opponent was just going for the Stone Edge miss at that point. Well, I can go for Stone Edge. Tailwind petered out just now, right? Yeah, so I should just Precipice Blades. I think it was the safer play regardless. But we should be able to win if we hit our moves. Luckily, my opponent forfeits. Thankfully, because I still could have potentially missed every move. Although, maybe Gyro Ball and a Dragon Claw was a better play. I could have got more damage off. I think actually maybe sacking Lunala over Groudon was probably better because I get rid of the Sun. Yeah, switching out Groudon and Lunala was probably safer. I should have paid attention to the damage on Salamence. I forgot about the damage, so yeah, the fact that it was banded made it a lot easier for my Stakataka to set up Trick Room. But yeah, able to pick up a win, which is really nice. I think Stakataka going in. Stakataka does work. It does work against the RayOgre teams. Really impressed by Stakataka so far. It's done a ton of work for us. What song do I want? A Battle Royale, that's for sure. This should be fine, but I really am enjoying Stakataka. Like, Stakataka has been putting the team on his back. I think Stakataka is probably the Pokemon that is carrying. It is our main damage dealer other than Groudon because everything else is more like support or spread because the offensive Feeny doesn't do too much damage. But Stakataka, oh man, even in Intimidated, it just does so much damage. I really like the Stakataka. The fact it's putting in so much work for this team that I'm really enjoying it so far. But yeah, especially since, you know, it might not take Xerneas attacks as well. It probably goes down to 2 Gleams. It can go down to 2 Gleams, I think. Because I remember my Dazzling Gleam +2 was doing like 50%. So that's definitely not the most ideal situation. But the fact is the Stakataka makes up for it because it's not slowed down by Intimidate as much as other Stakatas that tend to run more HP and special defense. So yeah, the fact that the Stakataka can actually do damage and threaten under Trick Room is amazing. But yeah, that's enough about Stakataka. Stakataka, just a good mon. It's a really good mon. It's a very strong mon, which is really nice. The fact that Trick Room, it gets good stabs, which is good against Incineroar, Xerneas, and a bunch of other things. But yeah, we're going to take a while to find our second game, it looks like, so we'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got our next opponent from Japan, 1654 rating, with the team of Necrozma, Groudon, Incineroar, Tapu Lele, Amoonguss, and Salamence. Oh no, I can't tell if this is going to be Ultra Necrozma, which is very likely it's going to be Ultra Necrozma. Which means this matchup's really bad for the team because look at my answers to Ultra Necrozma. I don't have many on this team. Oh, we do have Incineroar though, so Incineroar is actually going to be able to put in some work. Incineroar plus Feeny is going to do a lot of work. Here's the thing though, I'm weak to a lot of things on this team. Like, really weak to a lot of things on this team. Because I'm weak to Groudon. I'm weak to the Necrozma. And I also can potentially be weak to like Amoonguss and Salamence. You're definitely bringing Necrozma Groudon, that's for sure. I'm thinking you bring probably Incineroar. I don't know. Amoonguss is good too. There's so many options for my opponent. I think I'm gonna go Lunala Incineroar though, because I think it's a good general lead against my opponent. Because I want to keep Feeny in the back, and maybe it's good to lead Groudon here. I don't know. Groudon just seems super risky. I'm tempted to lead Groudon. You know what? I'm going to lead Groudon. I want to see how it goes. Because even though Lunala is good, I feel like you're going to try to threaten Lunala with like Incineroar plus the Necrozma, or Amoonguss plus Necrozma. And it's going to be really annoying for me to deal with. So I want pressure against the Amoonguss if my opponent leads it or brings it. Plus, Blades is really good against my opponent in general. Like, I think we get to find out what Pokemon my opponent likely brought by just a lead here. I lead Incineroar plus Groudon, as my opponent leads the Necrozma Tapu Lele. Not a bad combination for us, I guess. We do have the Assault Vest on the Incineroar, which is good. So we'll live any hit. Do I want to go offensive here? There are so many plays my opponent can make. One is the Lele switching on to Groudon, which I think is a very good play from my opponent's end if my opponent decides to do it. Because you get to keep psychic terrain, you get to pivot into Groudon, which would make it difficult. Well, then again, you would be risking Precipice Blades here, but I don't think you would go for a Psychic Earth Power into Groudon turn 1. That's also a risk I have to take. Safe play would be just to U-turn out and protect Groudon, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go for a U-turn into the Lele and protect, I think. I think it's just safe. Like, I don't lose anything. Earth Power Moonblast double up in the instant is like the only thing that could really happen here. We're going to see the Ultra Necrozma burst here. So this could already be a bad turn 1 depending on how this goes. I'm hoping that my opponent might try to double up the Groudon right here, but I'm thinking it's very likely it's just a double up in the instant trying to get as much damage as possible, which is really bad for me. So Moonblast, yep, so it is Moonblast into the Incineroar, and I'm guessing Earth Power into that slot too. Special attack drop doesn't matter. Earth Power. Yeah, I should click Blades. This is the thing, you're playing a lot of 50-50s here with this lead combination because I don't have the best option against it. I am going to be able to get a good amount in a Lele, which is nice, but I think I go Lunala here, and I think I double into Feeny. Because I'm trying to bait Moonblast into Moongeist Beam, which is 1, and 2, it should allow Groudon to live any Moonblast in the Z move, I want to say. Like, I'm pretty sure it would. Yeah, I'm going to go for Precipice Blades. Because Dragon Claw won't do much to the Necrozma under Misty Terrain. It's something I do have to keep in mind. Because, like, the first time I used Dragon Claw Groudon, I'm like, why is this not doing any damage to Ultra Necrozma? Because it did, like, 40%. I'm like, why is this not doing anything? Then I realized I had Misty Terrain. So, we're going to see the Necrozma retreat, which is an interesting play. Salamance's going to come out, which is a good play for my opponent's side of the field. Trying to break the Shadow Shield and you don't lose too much here. So yeah, really good play for my opponent, but let's see. I'm guessing that means you have to Moonblast the Lunala slot, which means Feeny's taking a bit of damage, which is not good, but at least we get rid of the Psychic Terrain, which is nice. Okay, so Groudon's in the back. If Lunala can get Trick Room up, I'm in a good spot, but the question is, how do I set up that Trick Room? Because I could set up Trick Room this turn, now I can't really do that. Oh boy, that did a good amount too. Precipice Blades, please hit the Lele, because I need damage on the Lele. Because it will most likely not KO, which is the ideal part. Yeah. But that's actually pretty ideal. I'm going to go Incin here. Yeah, I'm going to go Incin, get the Intimidate off. I'm going to go Lunala here, because I feel like that this is the best play. Because I'm going to try to get Fake Out and Trick Room back out. But we're going to see the Lele retreat. So is that the Necrozma? Oh, no. I'm hoping that means it's Double Edge. I'm really hoping that's Double Edge into my Feeny slot. Because I'm hoping that Incineroar can live the Double Edge somehow. I don't think it can, though. Uh, this is looking really bad right now. Okay. So we get intimidated off into these Pokemon. Salamence is gonna Mega Evolve. This is gonna be really bad. This looks really bad right now. So let's see. It is double edge at least. Okay, so that's positive. Since Shadow Shield isn't broken. Because my opponent could have went for like Moongeist being the following turn if it was like a Hyper Voice. I kind of have to go Feeny, right? Because I can't go Groudon here. Because if I go Groudon, that's kind of bad for me. So I'm going to go Feeny here. Because I need Groudon as a Sweepmon. And I think we're going to go for the Z Moonblast into the Necrozma slot. And we're going to trick him up. Because I'm hoping I live Moongeist Beam into -1 Double Edge. It's unlikely, but I think it's possible. And then, because we have Shadow Shield on deck, which is at least on one positive note. And then, where's the Necrozma retreat? Is that Groudon? No, sacking Lele. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind Lele being sacked here. I don't. Are you trying to break the Shadow Shield with Hyper Voice, I'm guessing? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't mind wasting my Z move here because, like, Lunala should maybe be able to knock out the Necrozma with Moongeist Beam. It's unlikely though. But it's possible, that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna try to get Groudon in and sweep, because that's my only hope of winning this game, I think. I will go for Twinkle Tackle here, which will knock out the Lele, which is good, so I don't have to worry about Lele anymore. And once these Psychic Terrain turns, this is actually good for me, actually, because the Groudon will allow Groudon to get a Dragon Claw off into Necrozma without having to worry about the Misty Terrain boost. And since Amoonguss is probably not the back Pokemon, I'd imagine, I think we're in a good spot. If it is Amoonguss, though, this makes the game a lot harder. But we should be fine, because Groudon should be the last Pokemon. Yeah, and I could Wide Guard if I want to. Like, Wide Guard and Moonblast here is probably a safe play overall. Because I think you would click Precipice Blades if anything. I don't know if you would click Fire Punch. Because I could go on the offense right here. Maybe I should Madness the Groudon instead. And, it depends, because I don't know if this is Spadef Salamence or not. And Salamence could protect. So I'm actually going to Madness here. And Wide Guard. I feel like if you're attacking its Hyper Voice Precipice Blades, I'm not exactly too sure. But I think I do want the damage in the Groudon here with the Madness. I also want to see the speed tiers. Because if my Feeny's slower than the Groudon, I could maybe get a double up with Moonblast plus Moongeist Beam the following turn, which would be really good. So let's see here. Luckily my Groudon's still healthy too, so that's one positive note as well. Salamence is going to protect, so I do get that call right, but let's see if the Groudon does go for the Precipice Blades or not. We will go for the Wide Guard. Let's see how fast this Groudon is. Okay, so it's Feeny slower, which is good. I'm able to get damage off into the Groudon. Goes for Precipice Blades. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Alright, following turn, I can go for Moonblast, Moongeist Beam, double up into Salamence, because my opponent's playing Precipice Blades Mind Games, and he might just Fire Punch, and even if you Fire Punch, that's fine. If you get Precipice Blades out, that's also fine, because it's not doing too much damage to Lunala. I'll lose Feeny, but I think it's definitely worth losing Feeny here, and getting my Groudon in for free. Unless he gets the double protect. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you Fire Punching at least? Oh, that's so annoying. At least Lunala avoids, which is good. Okay, that's not too bad. Are you kidding me? Double protect though? Alright. Because that makes stalling out. I think I just lose because of that double protect. I'm going Groudon here. I'm going for Dragon Claw into the Salamence. Because it will knock out the Salamence guaranteed. I'm going to go for Moongeist Beam, potentially knocking out this Groudon, which I'm not exactly sure if it does, but it can. And it also covers for switches. Because Dragon Claw will knock out the Groudon, the Salamence, I think. I want to say it does, but like I don't have another play unless I go for Precipice Blades, Moongeist Beam. But I'm going on Dragon Claw, knocking out the Salamence since I think it would be a hasty nature potentially because it has Hyper Voice and Double Edge. And Dragon Claw will hit the Necrozma in the back. Although I think Necrozma is a terrible play. I think you should save Necrozma in the back. You should sack Salamence. Groudon protects, which is actually really good here. Okay. So we should knock out Mence. That did nothing. What? Oh my lord, that did nothing. Dude, Dragon Claw Groudon's not as good as I thought. Alright, I think we lose. Because I think Necrozma just wins unless we get a 50-50 right. Because you're going to protect Salamence. You're going to go for Bang with Groudon. I just had nothing. God dang it, the double protect. Ah. Alright, we could connect Precipice Blades, I guess, but it's not helping us. I think if we want a chance, we have to get reads right, and we need a double protect, most likely. Psychic Terrain disappears, which is good. Necrozma comes out. I think I'm gonna go for Dragon Claw crit potentially into the Necrozma and protect the Lunala here, since I'm thinking your best play is probably to Wide Guard and not Wide Guard, Hyper Voice, Moongeist Beam, because you can't let Lunala get Trick 'em up. I think my opponent might read this. I wouldn't be surprised, but like I just don't think I have another play at this point. I would have to go all in, and I feel like my opponent has safe plays to win this game. I'm gonna have to get either crit on Dragon Claw into the Necrozma, or a Wide Guard read right. I think I have to get a Wide Guard read right, or a double protect. So protect Lunala. Let's see. Moongeist, it is in the okay. Double Edge. Okay, so that's not gonna do too much. Yeah, and then we get Dragon Claw off. Alright, I think I'm gonna go for Dragon Claw into the Necrozma. And I think my best shot is Wide Guarding here, in case my opponent goes for Hyper Voice. So I'm going to Wide Guard, because I'm going to hope my opponent chokes and goes for Hyper Voice. Maybe I should go for the double here? Maybe I should have went for the double. I mean, the double covers more options, but I'm risking on a... But I'm risking, of course, a... luck. While this play, it can work if my opponent does go for Hyper Voice here, or a double edge recoil knocks out Mence, which I'm not sure if it does. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! My opponent expected the double. I should protect Trick Room. Oh, that would have been the sickest play. Yeah, now this game's guaranteed over. It was the Hyper Voice at least, but yeah, losing Groudon was not good. Maybe I should just went for. Here's the thing though. But Hyper Voice knocked me out with Lunala, like a 2 KO. I think we had the game too if we were able to get the knockout in Immense on the turn it got the double. Because we would have just been able to... Because my opponent wouldn't have been able to stall out Trick Room as effectively. We had an extra Mon. We could start dealing more damage to my opponent's team. Like, I felt like we had a pretty good shot, but... My opponent went for the play that got him out of the situation and got it. So, that's Pokemon. Man. I guess maybe... I don't know, because... I feel like protecting Groudon and Trick Room is just very silly in general. Yeah, I think it's just a very silly play in general, but... It was obviously the call there. I don't think I would ever make that play, though. Because I don't think it's worth it. Unless, like, it was like a game 3 situation maybe, but not in a game 1 situation. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below. Shows your support, as well as if you want to help me out, you can leave a comment down below and share this video with your friends as well. You can check out Naoto and his team report down below in the description, as well as my social media, the side saves, and all the other good stuff. If you want to check out my Patreon page and Twitch channel, if you want to go an extra mile, they're linked in the description down below. But otherwise, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.